Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, I'm Liam Warren, and this is your 3 o'clock Solent Sports News Bulletin. Southampton welcome relegation-threatened Millwall to St Mary's tomorrow afternoon. The Saints currently sit 4th in the table and are looking to bounce back from a 2-1 defeat in midweek to Hull City. If other results go their way, Southampton can move up to 3rd and continue their promotion charge with a win. 2 promotion hopefuls will also battle out tonight when Leeds take on Leicester. Leicester sit top of the table and have been comfortably the best team this season. Leeds are just joint behind on points with Ipswich, but also have Southampton hot on their heels, only 2 points behind. Despite the comfortable position Leicester find themselves in, manager Enzo Maresca isn't taking anything for granted.
I think this year we lost 2 games in a row. That was Leeds and Borough. And then after Borough, I think we won 8 of 10 or something like this. Hopefully tomorrow we can win and start again. That, as we said already, in this moment, if you are able to make 4 or 5 wins in a row, probably it's finished because there are no more games.
There's been a change of the guard just up the road at the Silver Lake Stadium. Richard Hill departed Eastleigh via mutual consent earlier on this week after 1 win in their last 5 games. The Spitfires were quick to appoint Saints legend Kelvin Davis as his replacement. The relationship started well with a 5-1 win against Oxford City earlier on in the week. Eastleigh media team member Jack Bunclark had his say on the new arrival.
Kelvin Davis coming into the club was massive, obviously. Richard Hill, he did a good job getting Eastleigh to the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Obviously, we're on the verge of playing Manchester United in the 4th round, which would have been brilliant, but something had to change. We haven't won a league game this year.
The Carabao Cup final on Sunday between Liverpool and Chelsea will be a fiery affair. Liverpool, while favourites for the tie, are facing quite the injury crisis. However, Chelsea have encountered their own challenges from inconsistent form and boss Mauricio Pochettino potentially facing the sack.
The team start to be now, awake of the competition. It's like was a click to change in the way to compete that we were missing maybe in the first part of the competition and on the season.
We're joined by Chelsea fan Alex Isaacs and Liverpool fan Michael Ryder to discuss each other's chances of lifting the trophy this Sunday. Gentlemen, where do you see the game being won besides the obvious in the form of goals?
I'll kick us off. I've got one word, and it's mentality. So when I look at the Chelsea team, I see a lot of young players, I see a lot of inexperienced players, and I see a team that hasn't been together too long. The manager's chopped and changed, ownership's chopped and changed, and it's shown in the form. It's been inconsistent, and it's lacked personnel. It's like a personality to it. Whereas when Liverpool go out, no matter if it's the best 11 or the weakest 11, you can see their philosophy of play. If they go 1 goal down, they will always... they will never sit on a 1-0 win. They will always go to get 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't see that from Chelsea. Right. So if Liverpool take the lead against Chelsea, can Chelsea fight back the way Liverpool can? I just don't see it for them.
Now, I do agree with that, Mikey, but you say we don't have the personnel, you say our squad's too young. Look at us against Manchester City and the bigger teams this season. We've played very, very well. We played very well. I feel like we don't have anything to lose playing against you, and I feel like that's where we have the advantage. We're going into this cup final as a young team. We went into that game against Manchester City with nothing to lose, and we held them 1-0 at the Etihad until, the 75th minute? Until Rodri got... don't get me wrong, it was a good goal. Deflected, though. And our defence was very, very good. If we can stay compact like we did against Manchester City, I think we got a chance. And you say that you've got all these injuries. Alisson's out. Trent Alexander-Arnold's out. But we've had injuries all season. We've had Reece James out. Ben Chilwell's been out. And Kunku's been out for a lot of the season. I just feel like there's a buzz at Chelsea at the moment, even though our season's been a bit deflated, especially after the City game, that we can just do something Sunday. And maybe we will. But
don't get me wrong, I completely agree. I think that the fact you have nothing to lose does put you in I wouldn't say an advantage, but it definitely relieves a bit of weight off your shoulders. But you say you've got nothing to lose, but it's a final. If you go 1-0 up, how do your players respond? Because you say that you performed great against City. It's the best performance you put in all year, and you came 1-1 against third in the league.
Yeah.
Liverpool are first. We slapped you 5-1 at Anfield in what was possibly the most embarrassing performance I've ever seen from a Chelsea team that comes to Anfield in an important game. So when it comes to another important game, I think, and I'll say on the record, Chelsea's players do not have the minerals to win a cup final under Maurizio Pochettino.
Thank you very much for that, gentlemen. That was quite the heated debate. Earlier today, 3 English sides found out their opponents in the Europa League round of 16. Our correspondent, Ethan Moss-Wills, asked the public who they think will go all the way.
Who do you think is going to win the Europa League this season?
Liverpool.
I'm going to go for Brighton. Brighton have been doing good recently. They're looking up. So, I'll go Brighton.
I think you've got to go Bayern Leverkusen. They're 30 games unbeaten now or something. They're a joke at the moment.
Yeah, I'd have to say Bayern Leverkusen as well. They're just on unbelievable form, got a great manager, and I think they go all the way.
I think AC Milan personally.
I reckon Leverkusen are going to win it, yeah.
Former Barcelona and Brazil defender Dani Alves has been sentenced to 4.5 years in prison earlier this week. This has been a massive story in the world of sport, and we'll have more on that story in our 4 p.m. bulletin.
Otani's ready. Trout's ready. 3-2. He struck him out! Otani strikes out Trout, and Japan's back on top of the baseball world.
The moment Shohei Otani won the World Championships helped him become the highest paid player in baseball history. The MLB offseason has been chaotic with some huge signings. Otani's move from the Angels to the Dodgers was undoubtedly the biggest of them all. Spring training is well underway, and at 4 p.m. we will have a special package showing all that Major League Baseball has to offer. Now on to cricket. England going into stumps on day 1 in a comfortable position after losing 7 wickets throughout the day. Former Test captain Joe Root and seamer Ollie Robinson go into the second morning tomorrow on 106 and 31 not out respectively. The touring side's overnight score reads 302 for 7. Here's what Zach Crawley had to say about the former's performance.
The best player we've ever had, and he played phenomenally today, and he deserves everything he gets. He works so hard at his game, and he always comes good. So yeah.
Now on to rugby. England will take on Scotland in the Six Nations this weekend. Scotland have won the last 3 Calcutta Cups and will look to make it 4 in a row. Gregor Townsend doesn't seem fazed by the early form in the Six Nations.
Stats after 2 games are not really full stats, but yeah, what did we concede against France? 7 points? Or 10 points? Yeah. I think 10 points against one of the top teams in the world is not something to be too worried about. The most important stat is winning, and that's what we were frustrated with in the France game, not to get the win.
The final day of F1 testing is currently ongoing, with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc posting the fastest time this afternoon in Bahrain. Max Verstappen currently sits second on the leaderboard, with Red Bull's leading man 4 tenths away from Leclerc. McLaren's Oscar Piastri and Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso, who sit in 3rd and 4th place respectively, round out the top 4. We're going to go back to Michael and Alex now. Can we just personally get your score predictions for the Carabao Cup final on Sunday?
Of course you can. As you heard in our debate, I am fairly confident of Liverpool's ability to win, Liverpool's squad, Liverpool's mentality compared to the Chelsea team. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. Don't get me wrong, I think Chelsea will get one back in the second half, but I just think the quality and the position that Liverpool have been in of winning finals as a team will just give them the edge over Chelsea in this one.
This is going to sound very stupid to a lot of people, but I think on the day, I think we'll perform, and I think it would be a 2-1 Chelsea win. I think we'll nick it right at the end. I think it'd be a tight game because Chelsea-Liverpool, although you beat us 5-1, in the past it's always been a tight game, so I think it'd be 2-1.
Thank you very much for that, gentlemen. All celebrations over in Mexico as the UFC opened the very first Mexican Performance Institute. UFC President Dana White, as well as all smiles when he cut the ribbon for the opening day. Decided to return to UFC Mexico for Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Morale. And that's all from us for now. We'll be back in an hour. Remember, you can get up to date on our website at solentsportsnews.com.